we'll be talking about the tracking. So we saw that we can send the email, but once the email is sent, we have to track that email as well for different purpose. So let's say if we want to know that if the subscriber opened the email or not, if the email itself has been sent successfully or not. So for different purposes, we might want to track the email. So when we go to the tracking sense, and then we will see this structure, this folder structure, and in this folder structure, we can see many subfolders. So we have Salesforce mass send, single sends, test and emails, trigger sends, and these things, right? So whenever we send any email using a send flow, then this will be the tracking details will be saved over here. We can change the tracking path as well, but if you will not change it, by default, the path will be this thing, my tracking folder. And whenever we make a test send, the by default path would be test send emails. If you want to store all these tracking details in a different folder, we can change the path at the time of the send. We can change the location at the time of the send where we want to store these tracking details. And similarly, we have journey builder sense A/B testing. So right now we had made this A/B testing cell, right? So we will see these details over here. This one. Mm. So I think it is not initiated yet. That is why it is not showing over here, but it will start showing in some time. Okay, let's talk about the tracking tab then. So this is the email that we had sent, right? Publication list term. So we'll be taking a look at it to understand the different parameters. Okay, so whether we send the email, let's say using Gmail, so what happens, what are the different options that we have if you want to track that email? So we go to the send tab and then we see that whether the email has been sent or not. So if it is visible in the send tab, we assume that it is sent successfully from our side, right? So similarly, what we can do, we can come to this tab and we can see that if it says uh, complete and it shows the number of subscribers. Three, it means the three subscribers have received the email, or at least we have sent from our side to three subscribers. So this is how we can confirm that the email has been sent successfully from Marketing Cloud. Now, after that, once the Marketing Cloud has sent the email, we want to know more about it. We want to know whether the customer has received or not, because once it is sent from Marketing Cloud, this could happen that because of the network issue or some other issues, the recipient could not receive, or maybe the recipient's email server like Gmail or Yahoo that is not working, or maybe they have blacklisted the IP address, or maybe we will understand the different reasons in a while. But because of any reason, the customer did not receive. So here we will see all these details. So let's start it from the beginning. So first of all, we can see the job ID. So job ID is a unique identifier of every and of each and every email sent. So whenever we make a email send, either it could be a test send or a user referred send, be it any email send. Like if you are sending the email from Marketing Cloud, then each and every email send will be associated with one job ID, and it is always unique. Next one is the name of the email message that we sent, the subject line, or what time, what was the date and time then it was sent, and it shows the total number of subscribers, and it is a hyperlink. So when we click on this, we can get to know that okay, to whom the email was sent. These are the three subscribers to whom the email was sent. Next, we have data extension. That what was the data extension used to send the email. Next one we have is a delivery rate, which says 100%. It means that total target audience was three, and out of three, there were like no bounces. It means all three were delivered. It means we have successfully sent and delivered means they have also received the emails. Now, if it is showing some bounces, let's say out of three, one email got bounced because of the invalid email address or any other reason. So it will show that okay, two got delivered and one got bounced. Delivered means they have finally received the email. Okay, so let's talk about the different bounces that we can see over here. One is a hard bounce, soft bounce, block bounce, and the other types of bounces. So what is the meaning of bounce email? So bounce simply means that the customer did not receive the email, right? So if the customer is not has not received the email, we say that okay, the email was bounced. Now, what could be the different reasons? And based on that, we have different category or different types of bounces. So the first one is the soft bounce. So let's say we have sent this email to the customer and the customer's inbox is full. In that case, what will happen? The customer will not be able to receive the email message. So that will fall under the category of soft bounce because it is a temporary bounce. So soft bounce are temporary bounces in which the recipient is facing some temporary issue. Okay, the email is not yet delivered because of some temporary conditions. So the temporary conditions could be that the email box is full, or maybe the user does not have the enough storage to store the email message, or maybe temporarily disabled. So whenever it is a temporary condition, it will fall under the soft bounce. Now, from marketing cloud side, whenever there is a soft bounce, marketing cloud tries to send the email again and again, because it might happen that okay, after some time the user has deleted some of the email messages and has make some space available so that the other email messages can be received. So marketing cloud tries to send the email again and again every 15 minutes for 72 hours, or up to 288 tries. Now after that, let's say after 72 hours, even the email is not being received by the recipient, then it will be declared as a bounce. But until 72 hours, it will not be declared as a bounce. Uh, Next we have is a block bounce. So there could be a condition that so what happens if we'll talk about the architecture or the data flow. So we have this tool which is called Marketing Cloud, from where we are sending the email, right? So here we are drafting the email. We are clicking on the send button. So this is our you can say user interface or tool from where we are initiating the email. Now these emails will go to our server, our sender's email server, and from there it will go to the recipient's email server. Now at the recipient email server, it will check for few things. It will check from where the email is coming, like what is the IP address from where the email is coming. It will check for the authentication. It will scan the email message. It will do a few more things. Now, if the IP address from where this email message is coming is on the block list, or is it the blacklisted, then what will happen? The recipient's email server will block the email message and will not deliver it to the customer. Or maybe earlier the customer has complained against that sender, and the recipient's email server says that okay, this is the email message coming from a sender uh, against whom the complaint was raised. And what will happen? The recipient's email server will block the email and will not deliver it to the customer. So it could be any reason, but generally it is because of authentication or the IP address blocklisted or the blacklisted, right? So, but if it is blocked, then it will fall under the block bounce category. Now we have a technical bounce. So this is because of the some server issue or the technical issue. So we have sent the email message from our side, but the recipient server, is not working or the server is down and it is not able to handle the email messages. So then in that case, there will be a technical bounce. So I think last year, what happened that I was working in a project and we were sending this email message to the gmail.com, and one day like the Google server was down, so all the customers were affected where the domain was gmail.com. So this could happen sometime that the recipient's email server is down and will not be able to target this. Next one is the hard bounce, which is very common because whenever we send the email message, we generally face this bad data issue. So if somebody has given us the bad email address or maybe incorrect email address, then in that case, what will happen? It will fall under the hard bounce. So let's say the domain does not exist. Instead of gmail.com, somebody has given you at the rate, let's say example.com. So the domain does not exist. So then in that case, we will not be able to send the email message. Or maybe the user itself does not exist. Maybe abcd@gmail.com. Maybe that email address does not exist. So the if the issue is with the email address itself, then in that case, what will happen? It will be a hard bounce. So we have hard bounce if the email address is incorrect. We have a soft bounce in case of temporary conditions, and we have a block bounce in case the IP address is blacklisted or maybe the email recipient server has blocked the sender. Okay, so let's talk about the open performances now. So it just shows us the open rate. How many were delivered, how many total opens and unique opens. So what is the difference between the total opens and the unique opens? So whenever we open the email for the first time, it will be counted as a unique open. But the same subscriber tries to or opens the email again and again, then that will be counted as total opens. So let's say I open the email for the first time, total open would be one, unique open would be one. Now, if I open the email again, so unique open will still be one, but the total open will keep increasing by one. So it will be two, three, four, and it will keep increasing. So unique opens cannot be more than the number of subscribers that we have targeted, right? Because one subscriber can uniquely open one time. So it can not more than three, but the total opens could be any number. Now let's talk about the inbox activity. So we talked about the opens, and here we have the total opens and the daily opens. And then we can see the clicks, total clicks, and the unique clicks. So it is a hyperlink. So when we click on this, we can see that which subscriber click the link in the email message. So this is the same email message for which I was looking for that URL, right? This one. So it says that okay, this is the link that was clicked, who clicked on this particular link and when it was clicked. So this is the information that we can get from here. Next we have the forward. So what is a forward? So this is not the forward that we have by default in our email client. So in Outlook or in Gmail, we can see that we have that forward button, right? So we click on that forward button, we can forward this email message. But if we are forwarding the email message using the default functionality of the email client, Marketing Cloud will not be able to track, right? So Marketing Cloud does not know what is happening inside the Outlook or inside the gmail.com link. So how Marketing Cloud can track the forward activity? So we have a link called a forward to a friend in the email message. We'll talk about that in a while. But if we include that link in the email message and using that link, if somebody forwards the email, then only Marketing Cloud can track. So, so let me show you. So let's go to the email message. Okay, so let's click on edit content and then so there's one URL or we can say one snippet. So here we have something called forward to a friend. Get this one. So this is the URL. Let me add something. Okay, so this is a link. If somebody when clicks on this particular link and forwards the email, then what will happen? That Marketing Cloud will be able to track the number of forwards, that how many times this link was clicked, how many times subscriber forwarded this email to a friend using this particular link, and these kind of things. So you can try this one. So what will happen when you click on this link? It will open up one form, and in that form you will have to enter the email address to whom you want to forward this email. So that is like forward. So it says how many total forwards and how many unique forwards. Next we have the conversion. So conversion is generally used. So what is conversion in Marketing Cloud? So let's say we have an e-commerce website, and on an e-commerce website, we are selling something, right? And in Marketing Cloud, we are sending the email communication to the subscribers. Now we have included a product link in the email, that if you want to buy, let's say headphones or something like that, you can click on this link, buy now link, and then the user will be redirected to the website. Now on the website, the customers are coming from different sources, right? Maybe through any other website, or maybe through their promotion, or maybe through Google search engine, or maybe through the email communication that we have sent from the Marketing Cloud. But now if you want to track the number of conversion, that okay, how many customers out of total converted customers came from the Marketing Cloud. So how we can do that? So for that, I mean, we have to have a different setup. So we have to send the information to a website, the subscriber key and the subscriber ID, that these are the subscribers who are visiting the website. Now website has to capture this information, and whenever the subscriber is converted into a customer, the website has the responsibility to send this information back to Marketing Cloud. So that way we can track, okay, these are the different subscribers who got converted through this particular email message. So that is a completely different setup. So we won't talk about that in detail, but yeah, through the concept wise, the conversion happens in Marketing Cloud, and you can track this way. Next one we have is surveys. So surveys actually are removed from the Marketing Cloud, but it is just still available on the UI in case of tracking. But surveys actually used to happen in the earlier versions, but now they have not been here in Marketing Cloud. So you will not find anywhere something called service, and we cannot include them in the email messages. So if we cannot include them, we cannot track them. Next one is the unsubscribes. So if somebody unsubscribes using that unsubscription link in the email message, that we can track. So if you remember, we clicked on that unsubscribe link, right? I mean, we clicked on that upgrade profile and then we clicked on that unsubscribe from all. So if somebody is unsubscribing from the link that we have mentioned in the email message, then it will be tracked over here.